Hi everyone, it's Miss Jess. Welcome to our first draw along. Today I'm going to show you how to draw a unicorn. You're going to need a pencil, any will do, a pen, and optional is an eraser if you don't have one on your pencil. And most importantly, a piece of paper. Let's begin. The first thing you're going to draw is an oval. This will be for the head, and then a smaller oval for the ear. And then for the body, I'm going to draw a kind of jelly bean shape, like that. Next, I'm going to draw some more ovals for the legs. And this unicorn happens to have very stumpy legs. So I'm drawing short ovals, very close to each other. The next thing is drawing the mane. I'm making this mane really fluffy looking, so I'm doing more, I would say not straight lines, definitely wiggly lines, almost like drawing a cloud. And then also doing the same thing for the tail. Before I continue on, I'm going to do a little bit of erasing, and sometimes this really helps me just to see really where I'm at with the drawing. This is optional, you don't have to do this, but I'm going to go ahead and erase certain areas I know we won't need the lines. So that includes the head to the body, some of the legs, the ear, some of the mane. And then we can continue on with the drawing. Next, I'm going to draw the horn. And for this one, I'm going to do more of a cone shape. And then I'm going to draw a simple dot for the nose. And for the eye, I'm going to draw a circle with a circle inside it, and then two teeny tiny circles next to it. And then to add the hooves, I just draw a straight line from one side of the foot to the other. And then the last thing I'm going to do is just add some little textures here and there, just adding some simple lines to the mane and the tail. The next step is to take your pen and outline all the pencil marks. And this is also a time where if you didn't really like a way you drew something, you can change it with a pen. So for instance, I decided that I wanted my ear to be a little shorter. So I just decided to take the pen and make it a little shorter. So when you're learning to draw something, I think one of the best tips is to break the image down into basic shapes. As I was mentioning earlier, we were using a lot of ovals to draw this particular unicorn. So again, if you're ever stumped on how to draw something, a lot of times if you step back, take a look at it, and find the shapes, it makes the drawing a lot easier to do. This is definitely a more cartoonish looking unicorn, but if you wanted to do a more realistic version, the easiest thing to do is simply drawing an anatomically correct horse and sticking a horn on its head. And my eye is definitely more cartoon-like, kind of matching with the rest of the unicorn, but you could draw your eye really any way you like if there's a style you like to do. An even easier way to draw an eye is just to simply do a dot, just like I did for the nose. And then the last thing, which I forgot to draw in pencil, are the lines going across the unicorn's horn and a little triangle in the ear. The last thing you need to do is erase any of the remaining pencil marks on your paper, but make sure that you wait at least a few minutes before erasing so that way the pen can dry completely. Otherwise, it's going to be smeared all over your page. And there you have it. Now that you've drawn your unicorn, you can color it. You can use any medium you like. I am going to use watercolors. That's actually my favorite. And that involves watercolor paints, water, a paper towel, and a paintbrush. And because the image is so small, I'm only going to use one paintbrush for this. I decided that my unicorn is going to be orange. So I'm painting the body orange. I have to use a lot of water to get the paint to fully spread across the paper. And I'll tell you all right now, I did not use watercolor paper, which is a pretty big no-no. You won't see it in this video, but the aftermath doesn't look as great. If you're ever going to use watercolors, you definitely want to use watercolor paper, and that's something you can pick up at a local art supply store. Other mediums you can use are crayons, colored pencils, oil pastels. You could use crepe paper, cut it up, paste it on top, kind of like a decoupage look. Really, whatever you want to do. If you really like using markers, you can use markers to color it in. You could even do some markers and maybe some crayons. You can really mix it up. I also decided to add some yellow to the body, and looking at the mane and the tail, I think blue would look really fun. So I'm going to color the mane and the tail blue. Again, you can color it whatever color you want. Because my unicorn is already very cartoonish looking, I thought blue hair would look great. And I decided to choose a unicorn because the summer reading theme is Imagine Your Story, which is fantasy based. So I thought a unicorn would be really fun to start with. But for the future draw alongs, I would love to hear from you if you think we should draw dragons or centaurs or gnomes or mermaids or whatever fantasy creature you can think of. And today, drew a cartoon unicorn, but in the future, if you want me to draw something more realistic, let me know in the comments as well. Now thinking about what color to make the horn, deciding on red. I think horns are usually white or silver, but mine will be red. And then for the hooves, I decided to do purple. If you end up drawing a unicorn, whether it looks like mine or not, I would love to see it. You can either stop by the library and show me, or you can send us a picture to our email address, which is listed on our website. And if you have an idea for another mystical character to draw, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, guys.